Are you a new gun owner? Do you not know what you're doing? Do you need some help? Well, in today's video, we're going to do just that. I'm going to give you guys 2 big pieces of advice on how to better improve your marksmanship skills at the range. And maybe you're somebody that is not a complete beginner, but you're somebody that is kind of on the premise of between a beginner and somebody that's just past that point. Well, today's video is also going to be for you guys. If you're an expert, probably not going to be for you guys so much in today's video, but feel free to jump down below in the comments though, guys. Let people know down there things that I forgot in today's video as you go through today's video. And remember, guys, help each other because you were once a beginner too. So with all that being said though, guys, let's get into today's video. Starting off with the thing that's probably hindering you the most is how much of your finger that you're putting through that trigger guard and actually over the trigger as you're going. Guys, you should be using only the tip of your finger to squeeze off shots with the trigger. Most people want to do this right here. They want to put their finger all the way through, and that's not what you need to do. Tip, guys, the tip of your finger is all that you need on there. That's going to give you better balance, and it's going to stop you from jerking the trigger as much. And this is a big mistake that a lot of beginners make that I see, to where they take it and they jerk that trigger because they got too much of their finger in there. And if you've never fired a firearm before, a lot of people are nervous the first times, and this is why it's important to get help if you don't know what you're doing. Guys, this is a big thing. If you're new to this, don't think just because you have a firearm that you're all of a sudden an expert on firearms. And there's people that have owned guns for decades who don't know anything about them. They just own them. So get yourself educated though, guys. Find yourself somebody that knows more than you do. And believe me, there's plenty of people out there, because there's always somebody that knows more than you do. There's always somebody better than you at whatever it is that you're trying to do. But this is a big one. Your fingertip placement on the trigger. And this goes the same for pistols. This goes the same for rifles and stuff though. Guys, the big thing is too is that I'm showing you for today's video. The big thing to remember is don't ever put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. But for this video today, I just showed you guys that. I also have the firearm pointed in a safe direction. It's pointed straight up and it's unloaded. That is a big thing to remember about this. You have to remember these things as you go through here though, guys, that gun safety is a big thing no matter what you're doing. Another big thing that I see people doing is that they're standing sideways. Like, they'll be standing sideways like this whenever they're going to shoot. And this is an okay posture for somebody that's actually shot before and kind of knows more of the basics of what they're doing. But this whole sideways posture, like you're going to throw a football practically, is really impractical. I'll back up some more so you guys can see this though. But like, standing sideways with your feet angled out and stuff though is not a good thing to do, guys. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is that they don't keep the firearm directly in front of them. It should be center mass, just like this. Center mass gives you the best, easiest way to aim. And it's really something that you need to understand, that this is so much easier, especially if you're a beginner. Forget what you see on TV shows. Forget those guys that you see clearing buildings and stuff though. Remember the basics, because yeah, you see the cool things with shows on like SWAT and stuff like that, of where they go and they clear in and they're going around corners, but that's the way that they're clearing those buildings, guys. You're just practicing. You're new to this. You're at the gun range. Take baby steps. I mean, seriously, it's as simple as having the firearm dead center in front of you. And there's several different ways to hold a firearm. The way I'm holding it right now is just like this. This is a common thing. A lot of my friends who are in the military actually shoot this way. They have a finger here. Other finger obviously is off the trigger until they're ready to shoot. And that's a big thing. These are 2 very important things, where you put your finger on the trigger and how you're holding the firearm. And we can get into squaring up more. You know, the best way I always put it is that your feet should be about even with your shoulders spaced apart. Have a good posture. We're not slouching and we're not being overly like tight in our muscles either. There's several different ways to go about this, and if you're nervous, that's gonna be the other thing. And with some firearms with the bigger calibers, and this is gonna be a big thing. Some of them you don't have to have this death grip on because they're not gonna kick that hard. You have to kind of adjust that based upon the kind of firearm that you're using at that particular time. And some people, and there's nothing wrong with like having a firm grip on. I mean, you should have a firm grip on your firearm. But one of the biggest things is I see people like that have the strangle grip on like a 22. Holding it, and honestly guys, the looser you are, especially with pistols, especially with certain pistols, the more accurate you're going to be because you're not tensed up and your shoulders aren't like locking up on you like this. They're not being all over the place. But square, we're standing square, we're perfectly fine. Knees are bent just a little bit. I mean, that's a good thing too. I mean, professional shooters will tell you too that having your knees bent can help as well. It just depends on what you're trying to do and what's going on and what you're trying to accomplish here. But again, this video is for brand new beginners, and these are just some basic tips. And never trust anybody if they say that a firearm is unloaded. They're gonna hand it to you. Check it yourself. Don't ever trust anybody saying that, guys. I mean, don't ever assume anything. Assume that all guns are loaded. I mean, there's a TV show that says that, of like, you know, they're trying to give people advice, and they're like, there's been several series that have done that over the guy's talking to his wife, and they're like, assume all guns are loaded, and then she's like, well, is that one loaded? She's like, what did I just tell you? You're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you guys. So remember that, guys. Always assume every firearm's loaded. Use common sense and safety. Don't ever point at anything that you don't intend to destroy. And don't ever take anybody's word, you know, for anything like when it comes to firearm. Always check it yourself. And even after you check it again. There's no such thing as being too safe whenever it comes to handling firearms, because you are responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun. So guys, I hope you got something out of today's video. Remember, finger placement on the trigger and your stance and just being center mass on your body of how you're holding your firearm is key. That is just some basic things. Yeah, there's a lot of like little adjustments that you can make, but for today, we're going to keep it as basic as we can. Those two things. If you don't understand, if you want more in depth of what I'm talking about, I may make another video in the future to demonstrate this more, why I'm filming somebody else actually going through these stances that has been professionally trained and knows these stances inside and out. Somebody that's been in the military and they know the stances, they know how to handle firearms flawlessly and stuff though. But it's 20 degrees out here today though, guys. So I'm going to end this video right here. Thank you so much, guys. Though we cannot make these videos without you guys. And, you know, the dedication being here at 20 degrees. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and tell us down in the comments, guys. If you got something out of today's video, we want to hear from you guys. If there's something I left out, add it in there if you know. And just basic tips, guys. I mean, if you are somebody that's been around and knows what you're doing, we want to hear from you guys as well. Down in the comments, is there anything that we left out? Any other advice that you'd give to new people, so that way they can read those comments as well. There's several things, guys, and be out there. And if you're somebody that knows like what they're doing, then be kind to somebody that doesn't. I mean, you were once a beginner too, and somebody had to help you. We all need help, guys. Don't try to pull this arrogance of, well, I never had any help, I learned on my own. Somebody had to teach you along the way to get as proficient as you are if you are a professional competitor or somebody that really knows how to handle a firearm, or really when it comes to anything. You always had to have good teachers. We've all had good teachers, guys. God bless each and every one of you guys. Hope you guys are staying warm out there, and we will catch you guys in the next one down the road.